A very good afternoon to one and all. I am Dr. Sunil Dhanawade, Director at Dr. D.Y. Patil Center for Management and Research, Pune. I am a Secretary of Association of Indian Management Schools, Pune chapter, and I welcome on behalf of Association of Indian Management Schools to today's session on publish or perish. Uh, First of all, I would like to tell us about the Association of Indian Management Schools. In the Annal of Management Education sector, 27th August 1988 should be the remembered as a great landmark as it was on this day. The Association of Indian Management Schools aims a highly impact making networking body was born. It has the strong support of about 550 high-ranking B Scholar and is one of the largest networking bodies in the world. It is an umbrella organization for the management institutions. AIMS has been involved in protecting the interest of management institutions from the various of the restrictive governmental regulations, professionalization of management education, creation of dissemination of management related knowledge, thoughts its various activities like roundtable and deans, directors, faculty and student development events, organizing conventions, national and international level seminars and workshops, publications and distribution of AIMS Journal of Management, funding of research projects and financing assistance. Of late, there has been a sport in the diversifying into a new activities for the benefit of deans, directors in the shape of inspiring young leaders and knowledge sharing sessions, at least one each every week. So this is a new initiative are fascinating to many faculty and young minds of students. So this is the continuation process, and today we have with us the today's speaker, Professor Dr. Kuncheria P. Isaac Sir. Sir is a Director General, XIME Group of Institutions. Sir was the founder of Vice Chancellor of A.P.J. Abdul Kalam Technological University, initially Kerala Technological University, and the Member Secretary of All India Council for Technical Education, Government of India, and Director of Technical Education, Government of Kerala. Later, he was of Hindustan Institute of Technology and Science, Chennai. He holds a bachelor degree in civil engineering from CET, University of Kerala, and he is a gold medalist in master's degree in civil engineering transportation from IIT Madras. Dr. Ishaq sir took his directorate from the doctorate from the Bangalore University as the founder vice chancellor of A.P.J. Abdul Kalam Technological University. He established the university on an e-governance platform and developed the academic curriculum with emphasis on outcome-based education and project-based learning. He has profound experience in the academic field spanning across 41 years. He began his career as a lecturer in the Technical Education Department of Kerala and rose to the position of Director of Technical Education, Engineering Research and Development in Kerala. Research part at the College of Engineering specialized in the field of transportation engineering. He was instrumental in establishing a transportation engineering division at CET. He is a leading consultant and research in the area of specialization. He has shown keen interest in collaborating and partnering with industries. He was involved in the process of manufacturing M sand and alternative to river sand. He was the coordinator of State Technical Agency of PMGSY scheme in Kerala. He has coordinated a large number of training programs for the engineers of Kerala in the design, construction, and maintenance of roads. In reputed national and international journals, he has coordinated many research projects and has produced several PhDs. As the AICT member secretary, he has implemented various new schemes for improving in the country, improving improving the quality of technical education in the country. He has been instrumental in establishing a regional office for Kerala and also accomplished the construction of a four-storied building within a short span of 6 months. The AICT headquarters building in New Delhi at a cost of rupees 150 crores was also constructed under his leadership. He has served as a member of board of several national institutions like IIT, IIM, SPA, NITTR, CBSE, NIPR, NITE, etc. Innovation and reformation of curriculum has always been Dr. Ishaq sir's sport. So, on behalf of Association of Indian Management Schools, I welcome Ishaq sir. Before I hand over the session to sir, I would like to give two instructions to the participants. That the first instruction is participant cannot be able to unmute themselves. If they have any questions, they can put in the Zoom chat box and will be taken in the question answer sessions. And second is the important instruction is feedback and attendance link will be shared in the question answer session and is available only for 15 minutes. So please take care of these instructions. Now, once again, I would like to welcome Dr. Ishaq sir and would like to hand over the session. Thank you.
Very good afternoon to all the participants, Dr. Sunil and the members of the Association of the Indian Management Schools. I am very thankful to Dr. Nanda Gopal for inviting me to give a lecture. He actually wanted to tell the members of the faculty of management schools across the country the importance of publishing, importance of doing research. This is what exactly he wanted to tell you today afternoon. So my lecture is maybe about 30-35 minutes. I'm not going to tell you anything very new. Probably you know most of the things which I'm going to tell. I have just arranged the lectures. Basically, my area of work is in the civil engineering, especially the transportation engineering. And I have less exposure to research in management. No, I have been with the Saver Institute of Management for a couple of years. Now that I'm a free bird, freelance person. So thank you all for giving me this opportunity. This is the topic. I hope the screen is visible to you. This is my topic, publish or perish, your choice. What I want today to tell you is the need of research in management institutions. And what is that publication process and familiarization of the jargons associated with the publishing industry. Yeah, I just would like to start with Atma Nirbharata, where today we hear most of the lectures, creativity and innovation. These are the two jargons or buzzwords you always hear. And this two together will take you to the entrepreneurship culture of the startup. Today, everybody would like to be not a job seeker, a job creator. And India wanted, we want ourselves to be placed as the Vishwa Guru. And we hear the word make in India. Though we would like to become a knowledge economy, where do we stand in terms of research? Our spending on education is just less than 3% of the GDP, where we expect that to reach a level of 6%. So what is the contribution of the management schools, which are about 4,000 management institutes in this country, starting from the top ones to the IIMs? How do we create a knowledge economy? How we can make things in India? What kind of research we have got to happen in this perspective, something which we have got to see. See, are we going to create or should we create institutes like Max Planck? The first the director of that institute was Albert Einstein, or something like the Fraunhofer Institute in Germany. Whether we should have such institutes to happen the knowledge economy to take place. We are a country where 1.8 million students are studying abroad, spending closely to $85 billion. So what should be our priority? Our priority should be to create the intellectual property rights, build new products, and create entrepreneurs or startups. So you will see that our spending on research is too low when you compare with China. China has a $300 billion spending, whereas we have only $15 billion. See how less we are. If you look at Japan post the Holocaust, they spend time and money on research, building their own superior product, which has become a threat to the United States of America. You look, Japanese population may be only 1/11 of Indian population, and it's a very small, tiny country. We will find that the Japanese GDP is 60% higher than the Indian GDP. So this is the background which we have. If you look at the Indian education system, we are very large. We have 1,000 plus universities with 40,000 plus colleges, out of which you will find that 12,000 almost are standalone institutions. Total, they say there are about 55,000 institutions, but they may be small, may be big like that. And 3.85 crores of students are studying, and there are about 15 lakh faculty. So this is the Indian education system and how we will be able to contribute to the making India a Vishwaguru or making India is a knowledge economy. So in this light, I would like to take you to the national education policy, where the vision of the policy is to have an education system rooted in Indian ethos that contributes directly to transforming India. And that is Bharat, sustainably into an equitable and vibrant knowledge society by providing high quality education to all and thereby making India a global knowledge superpower. So this is the vision of the education policy. If you look at the fundamental principles that guide the policy of NEP 2020 with respect to research, I'm not going into the other aspects. I have just taken out two. Outstanding research as a core requisite for outstanding education and development. This shows the emphasis that how research is part of the education system, and a continuous review of progress based on sustained research and regular assessment by educational experts. These are the two fundamental principles which has been listed in the National Education Policy 2020. So, as part of the NEP 2020, I'm not going into the details of NEP 2020, other than the research, where the importance has been given to the establishment of a National Research Foundation, where we wanted the NRF will be able to enable a culture of research to the university system. To enable a culture of research to the university system. The primary activities will be funding competitive peer-reviewed grant proposals of all types and across all disciplines, seed, grow, and facilitate research at academic institutions. So this is, with this has already been announced, but the actions are a little slow. Still, the major funding of research happens through Government of India, through the Department of Science, Technology, Biotechnology, Electronics Department, Telecommunications. So many other departments are involved in funding, and that system continues. And most of the research grants are being grabbed, and research projects are happening in the institutes across India. There are new universities which are doing good in this. Probably still the Indian Institute of Science is at the top of affairs of research in this country. So, but there is one thing which I just wanted to tell you, is that the funding happens only from the government side and not from the industries and from the educational institutions alone. Now, I just take you to, because you are all management teachers here. The first institute which was probably started in the management education is the Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad. When you talk about Ahmedabad, I just would like to share the story of the Ahmedabad city. According to legend, King Ahmad Shah, who was looking for a land to set up a city, a great city, he came to the banks of the river Sabarmati, where he saw a rabbit was being overpowered by a rabbit was overpowering a dog. He saw a rabbit overpowering a dog. See, greatly impressed by that spectacle view, he chose to build a city, and that's how the Ahmedabad city came in. That's something which has nothing to do with it, but then there the first institute, the IIM Ahmedabad, was set up. If you look at the objective of the IIM Ahmedabad, you will find this as one of the objectives: to create knowledge through original research, both applied and conceptual, relevant to management and its underlying disciplines, and to disseminate such knowledge through publications and programs. This is one of the objectives of the IIM Ahmedabad. And they had an initial collaborative arrangement with the Harvard Business School. But I am very sorry to tell that they did not really give thought to this objective, this one of these objectives of the IIM. This particular part was neglected. They only gave importance to the development of case studies, and the case study approach was developed by the institute. Probably that is just because of the association with the Harvard Business School. But they have not given importance. But you will find that of recent times, they have given importance. And I will also tell you who has given you the importance in research in the management education. This is one of the reasons why probably the research in the management institutes across the country is still at its low ebb, and then we require such kind of initiatives to develop it. This is what I wanted to tell you today. Today, if you look at it, you will find that this is again a sentence which I have taken from the website of the IIM Ahmedabad, where the Dean of Research gives his own sentence. You can read it. It says that IIM's faculty come from diverse backgrounds, and each individual is a sought-after specialist in his own area of expertise. He says everybody is good, both as educators and researchers. They're continually learning. They are well aware of that knowledge. Alone changes nothing. The power to affect and shape the future lies with observing, listening, creative, curious mind. So this is what the importance they give to research today. Now, let me look at the first part of it. Why it's required to have research importance. If you look at the accreditation process of the National Board of Accreditation, where the management programs are accredited, you will find that 75 marks for academic research and 25 marks for sponsored research, and preparation of case studies is 30. If you take the first two, 75 and 25, 100 marks out of 1,000, 10% credit is for research. And if you don't give emphasis for research, I don't think you will get to the 6-year criteria. You will never reach it if you don't give importance. To have to qualify yourself for a 6th year. So this is where the accreditation requirement, I mean, for faculty paper publication is 50 marks, and PhD fellowship awarded is 25 marks. So actually, if there is a research leading to the degree of PhD is happening, then you get 25 marks. And sponsored research, again, 25 lakhs, and this is the distribution of marks for the amount. So if you get less than 10 lakhs, 0 marks. So anything, it should be more than 10 lakhs. Now, if you look at the NIRF parameters, the weightages and things like that, how research, you will find that there are 5 different parameters. The first is teaching, learning, and resources, which has a weightage of 30%. Research is again 30%. Graduation outcome 20%, outreach is 10%, and substance 10%. So you will find that the research want to get a good ranking. So this is something which you have to understand that why research is important if you want to get a good. It's combined publication. It is quality of publication. It is IPR and patents. Right now, that third one is not considered. The last one is the footprint of projects and professional practice. So basically, the publication, the number of publication, its quality, and the footprint of projects and professional practices are the real ones which are taken into account. And if I look into the last year ranking of 3-4 institutions, the rank 1 goes to Indian Institute of Management, Ahmedabad, where they got 83.35% marks. For research, they got 63.22% marks. And out of which you will find that it is 22 for the publication. The quality of publication is 26 out of 40. And the other one, faculty, I mean, the footprint and things like that, it is 13.44 out of 20. You look at the 4th ranked institution, which is Delhi IIT Management School. You will find that the total score is 75, whereas their research score is 77. They are higher than the Indian Institute of Management. This is what I just wanted to bring to your notice, that the management schools in the Indian Institutes of Technologies across the country have been the pioneers in research in this country, because they were in an ecosystem where other departments in the IITs were involved in research. So naturally, the management schools located in the IITs were also very much keen to have research, and they were the pioneers in the management research in this country. And still you will find that their PU score is 31, whereas IIM Ahmedabad is only 23. QP is, the quality is also 39, whereas it's only 26 for the IIM Ahmedabad. But the other faculty footprint is something which is probably with the other things in consulting and things like that. That is, the IIM Ahmedabad is much better than IIT Delhi. You will see the 50th ranked institution is BHU, which they have a total score of only 50 out of 100, 50%. And you see the scores for them. And you see the last one, which is ranked 100th, is the University of Jammu, which has only 41 marks or 41 percentage marks. And their research score is too low. And even BHU is low. It's only 25 when you compare with the other one. So this gives you a comparison of even the first 100 ranked institutions. You can get this, the whole statistics in the NIRF website, and it's an open document. You can look at it. I just summarize what is required for the lecture from that. So you can look at it and then you can decide where you stand in terms of all these things. Why do people, now I go to, see, this is what I just wanted to tell you. First part of my lecture was that. How, why this is important if you want to get a branding in terms of publication, in terms of ranking, whether it's Indian or across the globe, probably there could be some difference. That's all. See, why do people publish? It's for, personally, if you look at it, to further your career prospects. And whatever you do research and to protect that IP to be with you, you have to publish. And only people who get you published will get recognition. And the one is that disseminate knowledge. See, basically, we have to understand it. Something one key here is that the IIM Ahmedabad, probably the one which your case studies is a research. I don't deny that particular fact, because you go into the way that company is doing something. That is a research. Research doesn't mean that it is always to invent something. It's not necessary. It is a change in the system can also bring in that. So basically, if you want to be a good teacher, you have to be a good consultant and a good researcher. This is the parameter which we have got to understand in this particular aspect. So any teacher has basically 3-4 roles: teaching, research, consultant, and giving something to the society. So if you want to really prospect, your career prospects are to be made further, you have got to do this research. And if you want to receive funding also for future research, you have got to continue. And to improve your, as I have already told, for improving ranking and accreditation, this is a must. See, if you look at these things, you will know that it's a publishing cycle is there, where you have to submit your paper to a printer or a publisher. It will go through a peer review based on the remarks of the review committee or the review person. You will have to edit and prepare, and it goes for publication, and then it finally goes into the archive. This I have taken in from the publishing house Elsevier. See, I told you that there is a peer review process. You are an author. As a researcher, you are an author where you submit the paper, and the editor reviews it. I mean, in the editorial board also, there will be an editor who is a paid person probably, and he does a review, and it goes to an external review, more than 1 or 2 persons. That review and then comments are there. Once you are an author, you become an author. Most of the journals make you as a reviewer for reviewing the paper submitted by the other people. So this is the process which happens in this process. And the general structure of that, which everybody knows, is the title, the abstract. You have to give an abstract, which is a summary of the whole thing. Keywords, introduction, and the objectives, the methods of how did you do the research, what are the results which you have got, and what are its discussions and conclusions, acknowledgements, references. Everybody knows how it is. But there are three things which you have to avoid. The integrity ethics is something which we have got to be very clear. And this is one of the courses which you teach your students in the management schools. You should not fabricate data to do your research. You should not falsify it. You should not manipulate the existing research data to get you a correct answer. And now that we have plagiarism checks, we have different Turnitin and different softwares available to do it. Now, I will, before I close, I wanted to tell you something about the chat GPT also, because that is something which you have got to know this. Yeah, now there are some jargons which I told you about these things. One is the impact factor. The impact factor is something, a measured frequency that shows us how many times articles from a journal have been cited in a particular year, which gives you the ranking and the importance of the journal. So this is something which always you hear the word. There are two things which you normally hear, or I would call it as a jargon. One is the impact factor, and the other one is the H index. These are all indices. You will know that there's a person by name Dr. Govt. He is a person who is the father of indexing, or the impact factor. He is the first person who has developed it in 1964. First citation index for paper. Actually, this is something which you call it as it's a forward linking and a backward linking, where the papers referred in your paper will be backward linked, and your paper will be forward linked to the papers when somebody else reviews it. So it becomes a database. So he has created a database of journal papers. He's a person who has created that database is really known as the, what you call, see here you can the SEI, which is actually known as a Web of Science. See, SEI contains information on what each scientist has published, as well as links to papers that cite their work. So this is how you know how many people have cited your work, how many people are, how many papers you have published, in which area you have published, and all. There are two other things. One is the Scopus. There are two databases which are basically known. One is the Scopus, and the other one is the Web of Science, or the Science Citation Index. These are the largest worldwide used database. Today, these are the most respected platforms for analyzing peer-reviewed literature, scientific publications, conference proceedings, and books. But for management, you have another one is called the ABDC, which is the Australian Business Deeds Council. They have a database created, but that similar procedure is used here also. So these are the databases which tells you. So when you apply to the NIRF, the whole thing is made available to them from the database. So you don't have to tell them how many indexing has happened and things like that. Now the second term, which is the H index, to calculate the H index. This is how the H index is calculated. So H index can be for a person, for a researcher, or an author. H index can be for an institute. H index can be for a country. Their publications are ordered, that means they are sorted with the time cited. So the article 1 is cited 50 times, article 2 is 16 times, article 3 is 11 times, article 4 is 5 times. This researcher has an H index of 4 because 4 or more articles received 4 or more citations. This is how it's calculated. So this is how basically this particular thing, H index, is calculated. The similar procedure is used for an institute as well as for a country. So it all happens because you have the Web of Science or the ACI or the Scopus. Scopus is the largest. If you look at the H index of China, it is 39.2. India is 12.6 because we publish less and impact less. Impact less means the reference is also less. So we have, it's a long way to go, and how the management schools will have to get involved in this is something which my topic. There are other factors also. There are so many other things like self-citation ratio, XIME or journal rank indicator, so SNIP, source normalized impact per paper, are all things which are not required probably, but we are only bothered, and 2 terms only we get: how many times your paper has been received and what is your impact factor. Impact, there is an impact factor for the journal. Now there are other research platforms like ResearchGate, Academia, Science Open, IOP, Science Overview, MPM. I mean, there are so many research platforms which will search these databases and get your papers, and you will the moment if you register in one of these like ResearchGate or Academia, you will immediately receive a notification from this platform saying that your paper has been cited by so and so in this, like that. So this gives you a forum where you are being recognized and things like that. It's all free at the moment. This is probably my last slide. See, whether there are 2 ways of doing research. One is the normal way which the research is happening in most of the institutes like IITs or any university, having research scholars at the PhD level. The second one is which can happen in the postdoctoral level also, and the other one is that you get a research project and you get a research fellow working in that project. Probably, I mean, I'll tell you, I worked in a research project to get my PhD. I took leave from the institute on loss of pay. So I had to depend on a research project. So I worked for a project. So I worked for the project and I was simultaneously doing research. But in my case, normally the topics will be the same. In my case, actually, what I did is I worked for a project which was not my topic of research for PhD. I worked for a different topic actually for my PhD dissertation. So, but normally people work for that same thing. So this is how research happens. But of late, the importance of research has improved, and then the postgraduate students, especially the MTech students working in the engineering colleges, have started producing research papers because they have a thesis to be submitted for which they work for about 6 months. But we find that the research can happen even at students working in the B.Tech level, students working with the management, because management institutes have never given any importance for research. This is what I said initially, this is where I started with the IIM story. So when I was in the Hindustan Institute of Technology and Science, that is a deemed university in Chennai, we introduced this concept of whether it will work for the students of the undergraduate level of the B.Tech. It worked very well there. This I started copying that to the Civil Institute of Management in their Bangalore, Chennai, and Cochin. Bangalore was very successful because there was a good research director who could carry it out along with the students. They produced a large number of research. Kochi follows. So this is one where you get involved in the students and giving them the right problem and the right guidance. You can really carry out research. So this is not something. This is something which the management institutes can really try it out to improve the publication levels of the institutes. So this is something which is about ChatGPT. This is who should be responsible. I mean, you are now listening to so many comments about ChatGPT, which is an AI, OpenAI one, where whether it is something which is created by ChatGPT or whether you do it, which I said 3 things to avoid. So ChatGPT should never be used to do your, should not copy it from the ChatGPT. You can use it for getting information. That is, so this is something whether who should, now the question is that who should check it, whether the researcher should check it or the funding body should check it, or the ChatGPT developer should check it, or the peer reviewers should check it, or the regulatory body should check it. Who should check whether ethical standards have been followed in doing research? Is something which you have to see. And now coming to my last slide, this is something which I just wanted to let you. Actually, this I have taken from a book which is titled Hooked by Nur Iyal. He says how to build a habit forming products. Again, a management book probably. See, you will know that oysters create natural pearls by accumulating layer upon layer of nacre called mother of pearl. Actually, some arrival of a tiny irritant such as a grit or a parasite triggers the oyster to begin blanketing with coating. So they actually begin I have the photograph there, you can see it. So it's triggering something, Something is triggered here to make the coating, which makes the pearl. So I'm trying to tell is that let this become a trigger, an external trigger for you to create a habit of research. So this is where if you have not started, some of you would have started research in your institutes. Let this talk becomes to something which can create a habit of research. If that, then I will be very happy, because that is if something happened. So you become a mother of the pearl. So with that, let me once again thanking Dr. Dhanawade and the team, Dr. Sunil, and all those who have made this lecture to happen. Thank you very much, and I'll be happy to take some questions. I'm sorry that I'm not able to be. I don't know, something happened, right, to get my video. Right. Thank you.
Yes, sir. A few questions are in the chat box, sir. There is one question from Mr. Varundra Vikram Singh. His question is how to check plagiarism.
Oh, there are softwares right now available. Turnitin is a good software which is free of cost, which is available, made available to you by the UGC itself. I think Turnitin is a freeware. Not freeware, it's made available free of cost to the institutes, which you can, the institute can take it and do it.
Dr. M. Sri Lakshmi is having the question that research funding agencies for B schools or management discipline. Can you suggest any agencies who are funding for B school management?
One agency which I know, I told you, I'm not very familiar with the management research and things like that, but AICTE provides some funding. Management schools can always look for that funding from the AICTE, but then funding is limited at the moment. When my days and all, the funding was quite substantial, but now it has come down.
Are there any sources where we can register our research, like Google Scholar?
Register means what do you mean by that? I mean, I did not get you. Can you?
Am I audible?
No, you're odd. And
Google Scholar, any other to get registered as for research? Again, it's question from Dr. M. C. Lakshmi.
No, the question
Am I
is,
audible, sir?
you get for your research registered. See, that is something which the institute has to provide, where you should have a research guide. See, one thing I tell you. See, all these management schools should adopt one is a course on research methodology. In your curriculum, you should include a course, maybe a 2-credit course at least, on research methodology. See, one important thing is anything you do is research. This is what you have to understand. You develop a new method for marketing something. That happens through a research. You have some data collected, you analyze the data. So I have a feeling that all these schools should introduce a course on research methodology. See, initially when the engineering colleges and the IITs started propagating the need of doing research, they have been giving this course as an audit course. Maybe the course being conducted after 4 o'clock so that all the students interested can come in. But now this is a course accredited with credits in most of the institutes. And it's mandatory that one should undergo this course.
I'm unable to identify the participant. Only the number is reflecting over here. As mentioned that the research proposal were submitted under the technical faculty or AICTE funding, and the same proposal were in MBA. So they were asking that they refuse the same proposal in technical faculty. Rather, they ask that you resubmit in MBA scheme where the funding is only the 5 lakhs. So that case, what should do?
Yes, permitted regular funding. The topic is same submitted by MBA faculty. I'm not able to understand the advice to apply under MBA scheme where 5 lakh only. I mean, the funding is limited. That's all what I could understand from that. No?
The funding is limited.
That may be the reason. Now, that's what I said. In the funding from AICTE is also now limited. That's why I said we may have to wait for the NRF to happen. Research Foundation, which has not happened so far. See, probably this your aim should start taking some money from all the institutions to start something of that sort. No, pooling money from the institutes. The institutes also, see, this is what I said initially, that the teacher's job is not teaching alone. Teaching, research, consultancy, and extension work. So we have to set apart money from the fee collected or from funding which is to be obtained from the industries or from the alumni. We have got to collect a good amount of money to do research. This is something which we have. See, you are the better people in one respect, is that as a management faculty, you have close association with the industries. So how do we make use of the funding from the, this is for, again, you to tap the funding from the industries to do research in your institutes. And probably you can make use of the alumni also to create a fund for doing research. Whatever it is, to be with the Make in India program, to make India as a knowledge country base, we have got to do research. Yeah. I think one more question which I find here is, it is essential to always plan to publish in ABDC's corpus or in order to publish it. See, one thing is that you have to find journal which is having the high impact factor. This is something which you have to understand. See, even in this one, you have the Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. So you have to try to publish in Q1 better. Most of the journals are unpaid and non-published in paid journals. That's all what I would say. You can look at the database and find out.
Sir, there is one more, another question from Professor Bharat Raj Singh, sir. Now it's very difficult to publish papers in Scopus as most of the leading journals are charging APC. What is the solution?
I have a feeling that we should find journals which are not charging for it. That's the only way to get that done. There are journals which are not, which do not require payment. No, I cannot suggest such paper because I told you, no, it's not my area at all. I'm in a different field as well. So I'm not able to give you any suggestion of what are the journals related to it. So probably that somebody who is listening in this could be able to give which are the best ones related to your area. Because I'm not a management expert at all. Yeah, my contact number is 944730494 is my mobile number. 944730494. Yeah. Right.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir, for your wonderful session. I would like to thank all the participants as well as our President, Dr. R. Nandagopal, sir, AIMS Secretariat, and Dr. Sunil Dhanawade, sir, as well as, all the AIMS board members for supporting us. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for your wonderful session. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Thank you, sir.